Hi guys, Ken Mungin here at KAM Realty, August 3rd. Just kind of figured I'd make a little film. I wanted to tell you a little something about what happened tonight. It was pretty exciting, and it's unbelievable that most people that don't prospect or don't believe in phone calls or whatever the fact of the matter is. A lot of people, as we know in this business, they're reactive, waiting for something to happen, not proactive. So one of my agents, he's in the office tonight. He's got a pout on his face, look like he's ready to go jump off the Braga Bridge down the street here. And I'm like, dude, what's wrong? He says, I made like 60 calls today, and nothing happened, and, and blah, 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 blah. I had no tears welling up in my eyes. I've been doing this for 25 years, working the leads and hitting the phones and doing all this stuff. But my job is to help my agents. That's why they come to work at KAM Realty. We train them. We train them to be successful. We train them to be proactive as opposed to reactive. So I said, Derek, I said, you're making the calls, but there's something about, what you're saying, how you're saying it, your dialect. All these young guys and these young girls, all they do is they text people all day. They don't even know how to have a conversation anymore. And I told Derek, I said, listen, here's your challenge. For the next 365 days, I don't want you to text anybody, not your mother, your brother, your sister, your uncle, your dog, whatever the fact of the matter is. You just need to talk to people and have a discussion, and I keep on saying it again and again and again. You got to be able to extend conversations, have dialogue, have an intonation, a vocal intonation that gets people excited about talking to you, okay? I mean, that's the huge part of this business. It's all about communication. You got to know how to talk to people. You know how to get people motivated, get them excited. And remember, these are cold calls. We don't know who we're calling other than their name, other than their address, out of a directory, okay? We don't know if they're interested in buying something, whatever the case of the matter is. So, long story short, I make 3 dials. The first 2, nobody picks up. Third one, lady picks up. She tells me she's got a couple of daughters at home. They're thinking about buying houses. And her other daughter lives in the north end of Fall River, bought from a competitor of mine 5 years ago. She wants to move back to Westport. So I told her about a property that I have on Tickle Road. They're going to go look at it. They just sent them the information. So in the meantime, I look at Derek, and he's ready to pass out. His eyes are rolling in the back of his head because he can't believe that I just made 3 calls and I might have 2 listings and 2 sales. So he's horrified. And he's surprised. And I'm like, why are you surprised? Happens all the time to me, right? But at the end of the day, it doesn't happen all the time that you make 3 calls and you have somebody go, oh yeah, come over, Munch. We want to list the whole friggin' city with you. It doesn't work that way, okay? The reality is it's a numbers game. You gotta do the numbers. So maybe I made 50 calls 2 days ago and didn't get anything. Today I made 3 and got 2 listings and 2 sales, possibly. Okay? You don't know. You don't know. But I got through that initial conversation. They got excited. They basically, told me their social security numbers and their date of birth. I'm kidding. But I got all the information to know that I've got real, solid. And by the way, in the short time I talked to them, I actually qualified them. Do you own? Do you rent? Do you have income? Don't you have income? What is this situation? And people, just in the natural extension of just a normal conversation, they come up and they give you this information. So what I'd like to do, I'm always tooting my own horn. You guys probably think I'm making this stuff up or something. I don't know. So I said to Derek, Derek, let's make a video. Let's do something. I hadn't made a video yet in a week or 2. I hadn't made it yet today. And this is a great opportunity. He's a little bit nervous, okay? He's not as mental as I am. So I'm going to have him come on. He's going to tell you what happened in his own words. He's not going to give you details, but he's going to tell you what he observed and what I did differently in the cold call in the course of the conversation than he normally does. So let's throw a round of applause for Derek Pereira.
What's up, everybody? It's literally like Ken just said. I mean, you just got to make your calls. You got to make your contacts. Once you make your contacts, it's easy. Just have a conversation with a person like he was just doing. I mean, I've been doing it. Then I have a couple of bad days lately. Just haven't been getting the contacts in. I'm making the dials. Just nobody's answering. But I got to continue doing it like Ken's telling me to do. But literally, he picks up the phone book, this phone book, makes 3 dials, finally gets somebody to answer, starts talking to her. She says, I don't really know anybody, but call my mother-in-law. She knows quite a few people. And so he does. He calls her, starts having a conversation with her. It's actually a small world because I actually went to school with a couple of her daughters, and they just start having a conversation, whatever. He finds out that somebody wants to sell, and they need a bigger house, so they just continue having a conversation, going back and forth, and then eventually...
Let me interrupt. Moral of the story is, okay, work your sphere of influence. It turned out that this lady's kids went to high school with this guy. So, again, one of the things that you have to do when you first get into any sales business is you got to work your wedding list, your Christmas card list, your mother's brother's uncle's second cousin Tony. Whatever the fact of the matter is, you have to let people know that you are now a real estate broker or a salesperson selling Tupperware, Avon. I don't care what you're selling. It's all the same thing, okay? So I ended up tapping into his sphere of influence, making a cold call out of a phone book. Point of the story is, we made the call, we got the lead. Mungin juice. That's all I gotta say. Over and out.
Later.
Later. Keep up the good work and keep on making those dials.